kind of ironic. Don't get me wrong, Logan's podcast is one of the biggest in the world, but while Harry and Niall are going on these massive talk shows, Liam's over here on Logan Paul's podcast. I mean, it is very fitting, but why boast about outselling your bandmates when there's a clear example that you clearly haven't right in front of us, which is the setting that you're sitting in? Like, he'd be over there with Niall and Harry on these talk shows.
I mean, so what if he's on Logan's podcast?
He also came for Zayn in this podcast, airing out his personal life and basically
that's his opinion,
that he's not respectful.
Whatever.
She tweeted something about get yourself like a respectful man or something.
Yeah.
That one didn't age very well.
It didn't age.
Again, a little ironic considering he's saying disrespectful things himself. Liam also claims that he was the honorary member of One Direction and that the band was built around him.
Part of the reason One Direction was made was because of Simon's promise to me that in 2 years I'll make this work for you.
Wow.
So he kind of started with my face and then worked around the rest of them. I've never told us story before.
You were the inception.
I was the honorary member of One Direction, yes.
And as absurd as it was for him to say this, I do believe
wait a minute. Hold up. Liam, bruh, Liam. So, you thought that you were gonna be, what, the center or main lead? I'm sorry, but I thought Harry Styles was the main lead. That's my thing. Like, what? Like, I didn't even think you was the main lead. I thought somebody like Harry Styles was, or Zayn. I don't know, but what? What are you talking about?
For him, but I do believe that he was the first option when the idea of a band came up. I think the idea of a band just came up and Simon was just like, oh, this guy was here a couple of years ago, he's the most experienced, he's a shoo-in. And as I talked about earlier, he was always put front and center in every performance. So yeah, I do believe that he was the main guy. But back to why I think he brought this up on the podcast, I think he brought it up because his ego is bruised. He went from being the main guy
that's how I
in the
see
band to then
like
being
Liam,
what
are you saying?
in the band, and then being the worst selling artist when they went solo. So yeah, I can see how his ego was probably a little bit hurt, so he felt the need to announce that the band was built around him publicly. It also seems like he tries to do some revisionism on what kind of genre of music the band made. He claims by the fifth album that One Direction was a rock band.
And the one thing we did very clever in One Direction, if you go back and listen to the albums now, is that every time we made a new album, we slightly turned the influence of rock up, slightly turned the influence, to the point where on the fifth album, you know, I had the main singer from the Eagles message Niall and be like, that's the best song you've. The thing we did very clever in One Direction, if you go back and listen to the albums now, is that every time we made a new album, we slightly turned the influence of rock up, slightly turned the influence, to the point where on the fifth album, you know, I had the main singer from the Eagles message Niall and be like, that's the best song you've ever written, and it was one of the songs that we wrote.
Yeah, but y'all was never a rock band, though.
Amazing things, and this is what was nice to me then to become an accomplished rock star, because you want to be in a boy band, but you don't want to be in a boy band that's cheesy, you know what I mean? It's like that kind of makes you edge away from it a little bit, not to say. But for us, we became like a solidified rock band.
I don't think anyone needs me to reiterate this, but they were not a rock band. And the reason why I bring this up, because I think it ties into Liam's struggle with finding out what kind of...
I don't know, he's just being
in an old interview, Liam says that the Eagles are his favourite band.
Point.
And then that interviewer relays that information to Niall, who is a huge fan of the Eagles. Like, whenever Niall is asked what his favourite song or his band is, it's always the Eagles. And when Niall hears that Liam has said
I know you were a
his
member
favourite
too,
band is the Eagles,
still.
Niall is totally dumbfounded.
But also, I should say, Liam chose the Eagles.
Liam chose the Eagles?
As his favourite band.
Did he? That's the most random thing I've ever heard. It's like he made that up on the spot. I'd say he knows 2 Eagles songs. Hotel California and Desperado, like everyone else.
Are you livid about that?
Yeah, I actually am. I can't believe that.
And I think that's pretty telling. I think he's trying to rewrite history that One Direction was a rock band for a couple of reasons. I think one reason is to distance himself from his poorly performing pop album. I think he's possibly trying to make it seem as though the reason why it flopped was because it wasn't a rock album, which is something that he's apparently so familiar with. Or maybe he just wants to be a rock singer. Perhaps he wishes that's what he was, and he's trying to convince himself that he was
So,
one all along. But that is
just
just my
make rock
opinion.
music.
But I do think there is some
Oh.
sort of connection there. But yeah, I really don't see One Direction reuniting now. My prediction is that they will come back together for a one-off charity thing.
I mean, probably
it will
not.
be a long, long time from now.
Yeah,
There
this
is
is
no way
way.
this band is getting back together. But yeah, that is pretty much everything for this video. Just a reminder, I have an exclusive video available for Patreon members about the whole Tyler Oakley and Liam Payne situation. So if you want to see that, the link to sign up is in the description box below. Anyways,
No,
thank
thank
you so
you,
much for
but
watching.
y'all go
Don't forget
support
to drink
though,
water.
so,
Be nice to
yeah.
animals. Let's take a moment of silence for everyone who has to deal with Karens. And I'll see you in my next video.
Wow. As well, damn. So apparently, from what I'm thinking, is that Liam Payne was pretty much the most, how I put this, basically the messy one of the whole group. Let's just put it that way. Because, I mean, at this point, you throwing shade at the interview, saying, oh, this should have been a rock band, or oh, I used to be the main one, but now I'm not. It's like, okay, like, which, I mean, and the thing is, it's like, Liam Payne, I didn't think you were the main lead of the group. I thought Harry Styles was the main lead of the group. Like, mind you, that's what I think. I mean, even though I didn't really care for the band, but either way, I mostly knew Harry Styles. Like, he was the main person in the group. But yeah, other than that, I mean, damn, that's unfortunate. I mean, apparently Liam Payne was, I guess, throwing shade, and I guess they probably might not reunite. Basically something like that. But yeah. Yeah, shout out to Cid Dwyer for putting this all together, putting all the information, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So like, comment, subscribe, social media links in the description, and yeah, that's it. I am gonna go take care of this sinus, because these allergies be whooping my ass, and I have to go fight them back. And yeah, I'm out.